Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a traditional sew-in on natural hair. We did blow dry her hair to give it a straighter texture, and we're going to start by just sectioning off her leave out, and we're going to braid that just to keep it out of the way. Today's video, it will be a step-by-step video, but it is very simple if you just follow along, and I'll try to talk you through as much as I can. The reason that I leave the side sections out is because if she wants to pull her hair back into a ponytail, her hair will easily cover the tracks and it'll look very natural. This also takes some of the tension off from her hairline and it keeps your edges from breaking off because the hair right at your hairline is usually baby fine and very soft. So if you just leave that out, you won't have to worry about breakage right at the hairline. Again, guys, this braiding pattern is a simple braiding pattern, is the one that I typically use for most of my sew-ins. This very first braid is going to be very, very important because this is going to ensure that you don't have any lumps or bumps at the top of your sew-in. So you want to part off a very thin section of hair, just following the outline of that leave out in your front braid. And you're going to make this, again, a very, very thin braid. The rest of your braids can be just a little bigger, but this first braid, you want to make sure that it is very thin. Also, guys, you will notice that there is some flaking in her hair. I did try out a new pomade. I won't mention the name of the pomade and I won't be using it again because, as you guys can see, it did cause flaking and I do not care for that. So as you guys can see, I just followed the outline of her leave out, and then I'm going to just follow around the perimeter of her head. Basically, it's going to be pretty much like a circle. Again, this pattern is very simple and easy. You're just going to follow going around the entire perimeter right here of her head, and then just following that around in a circle. This pattern does require that I go around in a circle around the chair, but again, this is the pattern that I generally stick to and that I love the most. And again, guys, I do put pomade, so you can just find, a pomade of your choice that you like. If I find one that I really love, I'll let you know. You can also use just a little bit of beeswax, so you'll see that I reach back, I grab a little and put it on my hands. This just makes it easier for you to grip the hair and give a nice, secure foundation without overstressing the hair or making the braids too tight. What you have to remember with the sew-in is that there is a lot of, or not a lot, but there are a few different steps that are going to apply pressure. So you don't want your braids to be super tight because you have to remember the net will go on top of this and then your hair will be on top of that. So you want to ease up on the tension as much as possible. That way your client, or if you're doing it on yourself, you don't experience any breakage. Again, here we're just going to follow around the head. It's pretty simple, so I'm just going to let you guys watch. And then guys, you're just going to take this single finishing braid and stitch it down flat. Right here, as you can see, I am applying the Hair Baptism Growth Serum. I do suggest it for all sew-ins underneath. It is also great for regrowing your edges and your hair. It stimulates the follicles and promotes healthy hair growth. And if you guys like to purchase the hair growth serum, you can visit hairbaptism.com to do so. So right here, guys, we're moving right into the net. I used a weaving net. It is infused with argan oil. I just like that one because it's a little softer than the normal nets. And I'm going to stitch it down, just following around that perimeter braid. We're going to cut off the excess lace, and yes, I do a net for all of my sew-ins. I will not do a sew-in if you do not like the net. Some people don't like it for whatever reason. However, it takes the tension directly from your hair. Okay, guys, right here we're going to start it with the doubled weft. On the end, I go directly through the weft and directly underneath that first braid. I only recommend going through the weft at the end because you don't want your hair to start shedding from going through the wefts. So I'm going to take this needle and thread under the weft and under the bottom of that first braid. And guys, it's important to go under that bottom braid because then if they want to pull their hair up in a bun, it kind of just goes up seamlessly and you don't see any of the wefts. Right here, I'm going to show you the ends. This is very, very important to a flat installation. You want to open your wefts up and just stitch down on one weft, and then you're going to do the flip over method. So you're going to flip it over. You're going to stitch that first weft down, and then you're going to grab the second weft underneath and then start stitching them together double tracks again. This is a very, very important key for your flat installation when you flip it over, and I'll show that to you guys several times. When I stitch, I do curve my needle over to the side. I find that it makes a better stitch. Okay, here we go again, guys. On the end, you want to open your wefts up and you just want to stitch that first weft down flat, and then you're going to flip it over and do the flip over method. And you're going to stitch back a few times and then grab the second weft and start double wefting again. And we're coming to the end. Again, guys, split the wefts open, stitch on that first or under the first weft. Then you're going to do flip over method, stitch that single weft down, go in about 2 stitches, and then you're going to grab that second weft from underneath and start again stitching them as double wefts. And today, I believe we used 2.5 bundles for her hair, but we're just going to continue stitching and doing the flip over method on the edges all the way up to the top. And when I'm stitching, I keep my stitches pretty close together. I know there are some people that they'll have one weft and only about 5 stitches. I don't do that because your sew-in will start to loosen. You'll start to snag on thread. And I just like to keep everything really close and secure. That way your sew-in, your installation, it will be flat and in place the entire time. And I only recommend a sew-in be kept in from 6 to 8 weeks. I will not touch a sew-in beyond 8 weeks. And right here, we're going to start a new bundle. So I went through the very end of those wefts to get started. And again, I only go through the ends at the starting and the ending points. And we're going to just speed it up just a little bit here. And as you guys can see, again, I curve my needle over to the side when I'm stitching. To me, it just makes the thread go in a little closer and tighter. And we're here at the very top section. Now at the top, I will stitch even closer because this is the part that usually grows out fastest. So you need to make sure that this part you're taking your time and getting a very secure stitch. So I started with the double because she likes that side a little heavier, but then I'm going to go ahead and cut that to a single weft at the top so it can be as flat as possible. I'm going to take it under the track and then under her hair. Okay, and guys, I do want to tell you up front that my camera ran hot. I'm working with a Sony A5000, and so it went hot. So we weren't able to capture the video where we actually did dye and highlight and style her hair. So we'll have to try and catch that one in another video. So today's video, it will just be showing you how to do the basic install, which is the most important thing really about the video, is getting that install very flat and secure and being able to last 8 weeks. They actually could last longer than that, but it's not healthy for your scalp. You do need to also be getting your hair shampooed and conditioned during that time. As well as using your growth serum, and your hair will grow healthy and strong. And you see how natural that looks without putting anything on it. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you beauties in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.